The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine and all those other wonderful Kraft quality foods. When you buy margarine, here's something to remember. The margarine that millions prefer because it tastes so good is Parquet margarine made by Kraft. And the reason Parquet always tastes so good is because it's always fresh. In states where colored margarine is sold, get yellow Parquet margarine already colored and ready to serve in the new Flavor Saver package. Each golden quarter pound is individually wrapped in parchment-lined aluminum foil. It seals in all that wonderful Parquet goodness and flavor, keeps staleness and odors out. Elsewhere, get Parquet in the handy Color Quick bag or regular package. In any state, in any package, Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. That's P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Pick up a pound tomorrow. There's a lot of interest in the newspaper at the Great Gildersleeve's house this morning. The front page is pretty well taken up with the coming elections, but that isn't what interests our water commissioner.
Marjorie, may I see the society page?
The society page, Unky?
Yes, my dear.
Get him the society page.
Mr. Gildersleeve, wouldn't you rather have this page? There's an editorial about Mr. Bullard for mayor.
No, thanks, Bronco. Just the society page.
What's he want with a society page?
Here you are, Unky.
Thank you, my dear.
What does a grown man want with a society page?
All right, Leroy.
Hey, Bertie, any more pancakes?
Leroy, you already had 2 big stacks. There ain't no more.
Now, Leroy, breakfast is over.
Oh, gosh, I'm still hungry. Can I have a society page when you're through with it?
Leroy, what do you want with the society page?
There's syrup on it. I'll eat it.
That boy, he'd do it, too.
Well, here's what I'm looking for. There's a picture of Judge Hooker. Say, there is some syrup here, right on his goatee. The old goat should wear a bib.
Let me see the judge's picture, Unky.
Yeah, I want to see that, too.
What's the judge doing on the society page, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, the Sons of Summerfield had their annual membership meeting last night. The judge is one of the founding fathers.
You mean the judge is a pilgrim? I know he's pretty old, but...
No, Leroy. Judge Hooker is one of the club's founders.
Where'd he find that cap?
There's nothing funny about that, Leroy. All the Sons of Summerfield wear coonskin caps.
What's that hanging down over his ear, Mr. Gildersleeve?
That's a raccoon's tail.
Doesn't he look wonderful? Just like Daniel Boone.
With that tail flying, he looks more like a hot rod.
Oh, now I know why you wanted the society page, Unky. Are the Sons of Summerfield taking you in this year?
Well, I haven't read the article yet, but I'm positive they'll ask me in this year.
They only take in the most important men in town, Bronco.
Well, that certainly should include Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah? Why are you more important this year than you were last year, Unc?
Well, yeah.
I thought Mr. Bullard always blackballed you.
No, he doesn't dare this year. Bullard's running for mayor, and he's after votes. Now, let's see. Say, my name isn't here.
Maybe you don't need votes that bad.
In fact, there aren't any names. It says, the chosen few will be notified.
When, Unky?
Well, it says, last night.
Poor Unky. He always wanted to be a son of Summerfield.
Too bad, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah. If you had one of those coonskin caps, I could use it to cover my pet turtle at night.
Leroy, I don't think you should kid Mr. Gildersleeve about those caps.
Who's kidding?
Leroy, it just happens to be the greatest honor a man can have in Summerfield, to be asked to wear one of those raccoon caps.
Oh, I don't know it's such an honor. All the important men in town aren't members. Of course, some of my best friends belong. Peavy, Judge Hooker, and darn old goat.
Uncle Mort, you shouldn't say that about the judge.
Well, and take Rumson Bullard. What's he but a stuffed shirt? If they don't want me in it, I don't care. I wouldn't join those mossbacks if they asked me on bended knees.
Attaboy, Unc.
I can be hard to get, too.
I'll get it, Bertie. I'm on my way to school.
Yeah, I'll get it, Leroy.
We'll both get it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, good morning, Gildy. Leroy.
Oh, hello, Judge.
Hi, Judge. Where's your cap?
Oh, did you see the morning paper?
Yes, we saw it, Judge.
Since my picture appeared, there's been a phenomenal rise in circulation.
Whose circulation, Judge? The papers or yours?
The papers, Gildy. They're printing extra copies.
Eofer. Who wants them?
I do. I ordered 3 dozen extra copies myself.
Well, you can have my paper, too. I don't want it.
You should keep it as a memento, Gildy. Now that you're going to be a son of Summerfield.
I am?
Last night, Rumson, Bullard, and I pushed your name through.
You did, Horace? What a fine bunch of fellows.
Oh, brother.
It was too late to notify you last night, but now, by virtue of the authority vested in me, I command you, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, to appear at our meeting for new members tonight. Do you accept?
Do I?
Unc,
What is it, Leroy?
make him get down on his knees.
What?
You said you wouldn't join those old mossbacks either.
Leroy, it's time for school. Well, Gildersleeve, you made it. Tonight you'll be a son of Summerfield. Very exclusive organization. By George, it's getting more exclusive all the time. I think I'll drop in the drugstore and let Peavy congratulate me. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Yeah, you can congratulate me, Peavy. At long last, I'm joining the Sons of Summerfield.
You've seen the judge, have you?
Well, he came to see me. And, Peavy, I can't wait for that meeting tonight.
Well, I can't wait either. I always enjoy the horseplay before those initiations.
Yes, I imagine you... Horseplay? Is the horseplay fun, Peavy?
Well, it is for the members.
Peavy, the judge didn't say anything about horseplay.
Well, he wouldn't. But you're a pretty husky fellow, well padded, sound of wind and limb.
Yes, but, Peavy, what do they do? Not that I'm concerned about it.
Well, that's all secret shenanigans. I don't know what Mr. Bullard has planned.
Bullard? What's he got to do with it? He doesn't like me.
Oh, I don't know. He seemed very anxious to have you join.
He did?
Then he asked to be put in charge of initiation.
Who?
Excuse me just a minute, Mr. Gildersleeve. Let's see. Liniment, bandages, iodine, sterile gauze, assorted splints.
Peavy, what are you doing?
Just getting an emergency kit ready for the meeting tonight.
Bandages? Iodine? You use those things in the initiations?
No, we use them after the initiation.
But, Peavy, when you join the Sons of Summerfield, you don't need first aid?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, if it's that bad, why did you join?
Well, they just came and got me. They wanted a pharmacist on the scene.
Oh?
And after the initiation, I wanted one, too.
Oh, my goodness. Peavy, I don't believe you.
Neither did Mrs. Peavy. I didn't get home for 2 days.
Peavy? You mean the initiation lasted 2 days?
Well, counting Mrs. Peavy, mine lasted a week.
That's very funny. What am I laughing at? I don't know why. I've been able to get that initiation off my mind all day. It'll be over in an hour or two. Or a day or two. No. Peavy was just trying to get me worked up. Nothing to an initiation.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, hello, Bronco.
Monkey, you're home early.
Well, Marcia, there wasn't much to do with the water department.
Mr. Gildersleeve's too excited about joining the Sons of Summerfield tonight.
Bronco, When you were in college, you joined a lot of secret organizations. I guess you had a lot of fun when you were initiated. Horseplay and all.
Gee, do you have to go through that stuff before you get in?
Well, they seem to have something planned. Childish pranks. They'll probably blindfold me and have me eat cold spaghetti. I don't mind. They put some cheese in it.
No, I don't know, Mr. Gildersleeve. I have an idea they'll put you through the paces.
You think so?
Oh, they won't do anything to you, Unky, with Judge Hooker there.
Well, the judge isn't in charge of initiation.
Who is, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Rumson Bullard.
Mr. Bullard? Oh, Mr.
Bronco,
Bullard.
what are you laughing at?
Boy, do I feel sorry for you.
Well, if you feel sorry, stop laughing.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bullard might do something to Unky. I wouldn't put it past him.
Now, Marjorie, there's nothing to be concerned about. There are laws to protect citizens.
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Gildersleeve. Oh, those fellas can go pretty far. A senior in college had it in for me, and when he caught me at the initiation, do you know what he did to me?
No.
That big ape waited until he got his chance, and then he...
Bronco, don't tell Uncle Mort about that.
Why not?
You don't want to frighten him.
Oh, you don't have to worry about frightening me. Go ahead, Bronco. What did the big ape do?
No, Mr. Gildersleeve. Now, I think Marge is right. I don't want to frighten you.
Oh, for...
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie.
I got your new suit ready for the initiation tonight.
My new suit?
Yes, and a fancy white shirt. If you're going to be a son of Summerfield, you got to shine.
Unky, don't you think you should wear something older?
Well...
Something old. Mr. Gildersleeve, it ain't going to be that kind of initiation, is it?
Well, I don't know, Bertie. Everybody around here is trying to scare me.
Oh, if they taking you into that nice club, they ain't going to sport around with you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, of course not.
That Sons of Summerfield is a gentleman's club. When they take in a new member, they ain't going to sport around.
No.
Those men are all your friends, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Certainly.
Judge Hooker, would he get you in there and then play tricks on you?
The judge?
Would he?
No, no.
And there's Mr. Peavy. He wouldn't. Would he?
Bertie, they're my friends.
And Mr. Bullard?
Well...
Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie?
On second thought, you better wear your old suit.
Oh, my goodness. Getting dark. I've got to face that initiation in a couple of hours. There's nothing to be concerned about. Bullard doesn't dare lay a hand on me. He needs my vote. Still, they blindfold you at these secret initiations. You can't tell who's giving it to you. I saw Bullard put some stuff in his car. Looked like rope and chains. Say, I think I'll go take a peek in his Cadillac. I'll just sneak across the street. Who's that?
Hello, Gildersleeve.
Oh, Mr. Bullard. I didn't see you on my porch.
I was about to ring your bell. I just wanted to be sure we'll see you this evening.
Oh, yes.
Good.
Nice of you to take such an interest in getting me in the club, Mr. Bullard. I've been looking forward to this for 5 years.
Gildersleeve, I've been looking forward to this, too.
You have?
See you tonight, Gildersleeve.
What a dirty laugh. That settles it. He's laying for me. But I'll fool him. I'll fool him. I'm not going to be an old son of Summerfield. I'll fool him.
Judge Hooker speaking.
Judge, about tonight.
Yes, Gildy.
I'm not being initiated. Explain to the Sons of Summerfield that I can't make it.
Why not?
Well, I have a previous engagement. Very important.
Well, it must be very important. We were all ready for you.
Yeah, that's what I just found out. I'm sorry, Judge.
Gildy, are you sure this initiation doesn't have you a little frightened?
Judge, how can you say such a thing?
Well, I'll admit some of our initiated get cold feet, but we've never let a man get away.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, Judge. and they'll never get me. Not that I'm afraid of anything.
Hi, Unc.
Stop, Leroy! Don't frighten me like that.
What a character.
The Great Gildersleeve returns in just a moment. It's fresh.
Fresh.
Really fresh.
Fresh.
Always fresh.
Fresh.
That's why it tastes so good. It's Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Fresh is a word of many meanings. In a schoolboy, it's high spirits. In a schoolgirl's complexion, it's beauty. In a margarine, it's taste. And that's why so many women insist on Parquet margarine as the margarine they serve on their tables and use in their cooking. For Parquet is the margarine that always tastes so good because it's always fresh. Yes, fresh, really fresh, always fresh. Parquet is made fresh from selected products of American farms. It's rushed fresh in refrigerated trucks to your store. It's sold fresh by your grocer. Each pound of Parquet is flavor dated, and stocks are regularly inspected by Kraft men. That's why Kraft can positively guarantee to you that no matter where or when you buy Parquet margarine, it will be fresh.
Fresh.
Really fresh.
Fresh.
Always fresh. For freshness, for flavor, get Parkay. Parquet margarine made by Kraft at your grocer's. The great Gildersleeve was looking forward to joining the sons of Summerfield until he learned that his longtime enemy, Rumson Bullard, was in charge of the initiation.
Those sons of Summerfield won't get their hands on me. I told them I had a previous engagement, and by George, I'll get one. Yeah, I hope she's home.
Why, Throckmorton.
Hello, Catherine.
What a surprise to see you.
To see me? Well, Catherine, we have a date tonight.
We do?
To go dancing.
Throckmorton, you didn't ask me to go dancing tonight.
Yeah, well, I meant to. Yeah, I mean, are you sure we don't have a date?
Of course I'm sure, silly. Besides, this is the evening you're supposed to be initiated into the Sons of Summerfield.
Yeah, I'd pass that up rather than break a date with a girl like you. Gorgeous.
We still don't have a date.
Eh?
I have to work the hospital this evening. I'm due there now.
Well, why don't I go down there with you?
Oh, Throckmorton, you're so impetuous.
You bet.
That's probably the hospital calling. I'll have to run.
But, Catherine...
I'm sorry, Throckmorton. I have my patients to think of.
She doesn't know how close I am to being a patient. Leroy?
Yeah?
Isn't this the evening you and I were going to lay the tracks for your model railroad?
Heck no. Piggy and me are going to see Hopalong Cassidy.
Oh. I thought we may have had a previous engagement.
Uncle Mort, I thought you had that previous engagement with your little nurse.
Well...
Oh, I don't blame you, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm sure you'd rather have a date with her than take Mr. Bullard's initiation.
Yeah, I'll say. Dating Miss Milford's a lot less painful, huh?
Now watch it, young man.
Leroy, stop teasing Uncle Mort about the initiation. He's frightened enough as it is.
No, wait a minute. Children, I want to make something clear to you. Marjorie, Bronco, Leroy, all of you. I'm not afraid of this initiation. I'd be down there right now if I hadn't thought I had a previous engagement. And I thought I had one. Oh, all right. I'll show all of you this silly initiation means nothing to me. Where's my old suit? I'm going.
Good for you, Uncle.
That's the old fight, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Atta boy, Unc. Here, take my geography book.
What's that for?
You can stick it in the seat of your pants.
Leroy?
Well?
Yeah, I'll get it, Bertie.
I got it. Mr. Gildersleeve's resident.
If it's Judge Hooker, tell the old goat I'm on my way.
This ain't no old goat. This is your little Bo Peep.
Bo Peep? Hello?
Throckmorton, I'm calling from the hospital.
Well, Catherine.
You were so sweet this evening, and I may have forgotten we had a date.
Well, it isn't important now.
But it is. We're not at the hospital. Would you care to spend the evening with me here?
Would I?
See you soon, then.
Sooner than you think. Bye!
Holy cow, what's going on now?
You see, children, I did have a previous engagement.
With Miss Milford, Unky?
You bet. Leroy, here's your geography book. I'm studying medicine tonight. Hospital's quiet. Ooh, there are those bells again. Well, they're music to me tonight. Gildersleeve, you're pretty clever. You avoided those sons of Summerfield.
Oh, there you are, Throckmorton.
Hello, Catherine.
You did rush over.
Yep, hit every green light. By the way, Catherine, you're standing under one.
What?
The green light over the door. That means go ahead.
Throckmorton, we're in the hospital.
Oh? Care to step out under a traffic light?
I'll be off in an hour.
Great. What'll I do in the meantime?
Well, how'd you like to look around? See what goes on behind the scenes?
Fine. If you think nobody would object.
Oh, no. It'll be all right. There are just a few nurses around. Why don't you just slip into this white jacket?
Me?
Of course, sure. If anybody questions you, just say you're a doctor.
Dr. Gildersleeve?
Well, say you're Dr. Hubble from out of town. Here, let me button the jacket for you.
Yeah. You're watching, Catherine. You're tickling.
Billy. Now, you put on this white cap. It'll make you look professional. That's for me. I'll see you later.
But Catherine. Oh, well. Dr. Hubble, huh? Let's see how I look in this outfit. Here's a mirror in this linen closet. Say, I look pretty good. I should have been a doctor instead of a water commissioner. Dr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. The jacket's a little tight. Look at those brawny arms hanging down there. They look very capable. Well, they should. They've turned off a lot of water in their day.
Pardon me.
Oh, certainly. Excuse me.
Are you a doctor?
Me? Yes. I'm Throckmorton P. Hubblesleeve. Hubble.
Oh, well, I'm an intern. I hadn't seen you around.
Well, I'm not around very often.
You know, Doctor, for a moment I thought you might be impersonating a doctor.
Me? How could you think a thing like that?
Well, I was reading where some imposter got caught doing it last week.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I think he got off too easy. $5,000 fine and 10 years.
$5,000 fine and 10 years.
Well, see you around, Doctor. I have to go take some blood counts.
What a job. Counting blood. Well, Gildersleeve, you must look like a doctor. You fooled that intern. I think I'll stroll down the hall. Oh, there's a patient with the door open. He can't be very sick. Hello there. How's the bandaged foot? Oh, it's a head. There's a bed turned around. Well, he smiled at me. I guess I have a good bedside manner. Well, George, I should have been a doctor. Yes, sir, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, Dr. Hubble.
Somebody calling Dr. Hubble. Well, that's me. I better get this cap and jacket off.
Doctor, don't take off your jacket. We need you in surgery.
Surgery? You don't need me.
Oh, yes, we do. It's an emergency appendectomy.
Appendectomy? But intern, young man.
Oh, I can't do it. I don't have my license yet. They'd put me under the prison.
Oh, my goodness.
Right in here. The patient's under anesthetic. The nurses and other interns are ready.
Yeah, but... Ooh, look at all the people with masks on.
There's the patient under the sheet.
Ooh, big fellow.
Have you scrubbed up, Doctor?
Yeah, well, I took a bath before I left home.
Hurry, Doctor. Scalpel.
Scalpel? Well, now, wait a minute. I have a confession to make. I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor?
What?
Not a doctor?
Oh, you imposter.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an imposter. I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I only did it while waiting for a nurse.
Mr. Gildersleeve, this is a very serious offense.
Yeah, I know. $5,000 in 10 years.
At least that. We'll let the patient decide.
The patient?
Nurse, pull back the sheet.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, I don't want to see him.
Why not, Gildy?
Oh! Judge Hooker.
Impersonating a doctor, were you, Gildersleeve?
Bullard, is that you behind that mask?
Oh,
And Catherine, are you in on this, too?
when Judge Hooker asked me, I couldn't resist helping them.
Gildersleeve, you can't escape the sons of Summerfield.
Well, you got me. I guess you want to take me to the initiation.
This is it, Gildy. It's over.
Is this all?
Welcome to the sons of Summerfield, Gildersleeve.
Well, you fellas certainly fooled me. Say, who's in this white gown? Another nurse?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
What a fine bunch of fellows.
All together now for Gildy.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Remember, the margarine that tastes so good because it's fresh, really fresh, always fresh, is Parquet margarine made by Kraft. In states where the law permits the sale of colored margarine, you can now buy yellow Parquet already colored and ready to serve in its new aluminum foil Flavor Saver wrap. Elsewhere, get Parquet in the handy Color Quick bag or regular package. In any state, in any package, it tastes so good because it's always fresh. That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Get some tomorrow.
Why, George, fellas, this operating room idea was really clever. Great initiation.
Thank you, Gildy. It was my idea.
Yeah, of course, I guessed what you were going to do. I was way ahead of you.
Gildersleeve, didn't you think we were going to paddle you a little?
Paddle me? No. I knew you fellas wouldn't do that. Old friends of mine.
All right, Gildy. You are now a son of Summerfield. And here is your coonskin cap.
Well, just like a crown.
Yeah, I'll put it on for you.
It's too big. Judge, you're pulling it down over my eyes. I can't see.
Are you sure you can't see, Gildersleeve?
Not a thing.
Good.
What a sneaky thing to do.
Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Kathy Lewis, Dick Crenna, Gail Gordon, Gil Stratton, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There's magic in mustard. Yes, when you want to put new taste excitement in almost anything, just add a little mustard and you'll add a lot of tang. Hidden flavors pop right out. Every bite tastes better, particularly if the mustard you use is Kraft prepared mustard. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, delicately spiced for those who prefer mustard mild, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Get both kinds. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Kraft prepared mustard.
For a half hour of spine-tingling excitement, listen next Sunday afternoon to The Falcon over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and hear the Falcon solve the case of the double exposure.
This is the Great Gildersleeve. On your marks for Groucho on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve is brought to you each Wednesday night by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine and all those other wonderful Kraft quality foods. The next time you shop for margarine, remember this. The margarine that millions prefer because it tastes so good is Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. And the reason Parquet tastes so good is that it's always fresh. If you live where colored margarine is sold, you'll want to get that wonderful yellow Parquet that comes already colored and ready to serve in its new Flavor Saver aluminum foil wrap. Each golden quarter pound is individually wrapped in parchment-lined aluminum foil, a Flavor Saver foil that seals freshness and goodness in, keeps odors and staleness out, and so easy to serve. No mixing, no bother. In other states, you get the same wonderful Parquet taste and freshness in the handy Color Quick bag or regular Parquet package. So don't wait. Get the margarine that tastes so good at your grocer's tomorrow. Get Parkay, Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Well, let's see what's doing with the great Gildersleeve. It's election day in Summerfield, Rumson Bullard versus Terwilliger for mayor. And being a party who is vitally interested in the outcome, our water commissioner is up bright and early.
Oh, what an exciting day. No matter how the election goes, I can't lose.
Good morning, Unky.
Good morning, Marjorie.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Hey, where's Bertie? What's with breakfast?
Well, it'll be a little late. Bertie went to the polls.
Oh, isn't Bertie wonderful? She's always the first one to vote.
How can she vote on an empty stomach?
You children want to help me until Bertie comes back?
Well, what can we do, Unky?
Well, I bought this box of cigars from Peavy to pass out to the voters. You can help me put campaign bans on the cigars.
Cigars on an empty stomach?
Leroy, get busy.
Okay. Wonder how these would be with sugar and cream.
These campaign bands are awfully cute, Uncle Mort.
Yeah, thank you, Marjorie. Your old uncle's idea. I want to spread these around today. Vote for Bullard for mayor.
How can anybody vote for Bullard on an empty stomach?
Careful, Leroy. Our neighbor is going to be the next mayor.
You certainly are working hard for Mr. Bullard, Unky.
Well, if he's elected, he says I'm going to be his water commissioner. And I think a man with such good judgment deserves to be elected.
What if Mayor Terwilliger gets reelected?
Well, we're on good terms again. If he's reelected, I'll still be in office.
What an operator.
Unky, aren't you taking an awful chance passing out those Vote for Bullard cigars?
Yeah, that's not being fair to Mayor Terwilliger.
Leroy, I'm being fair.
How?
Yesterday, I passed out Terwilliger buttons.
Unky, you can't support both candidates.
Well, Marjorie, I have the little family to think of. In politics, you have to straddle the fence while keeping both ears to the ground. And that's hard to do.
It is for a fat man.
Leroy, hand me some more cigars.
Okay. Hey, who's at the door?
It must be Bertie. She probably forgot her key. Well, at least I got all these cigars banded before breakfast.
Good morning, Gildersleeve.
Well, Mayor Terwilliger. I didn't expect to see you here.
Well, I wanted to be sure that all you City Hall boys are campaigning today.
Campaigning? Oh, yes.
If we want to stay in office, we'll have to work as hard as we did in the last election.
Well, Mr. Mayor, you might say I'm working twice as hard as I did in the last election.
Well, good for you, Gildersleeve. Say, are those cigars in your hand?
Yeah, I still have those in my hand.
I enjoy a good cigar, Gildersleeve.
You wouldn't enjoy these.
Gildersleeve, let's see those cigars.
But...
Bullard for mayor.
Is that what it says?
Gildersleeve, what are you trying to do to me?
Now, Mr. Mayor, let me explain.
There's nothing to explain. Gildersleeve, when I'm reelected, you can clean out your desk.
But...
Clean out tomorrow morning, early.
But... Oh, you slammed the door. Right on the cigars. Well, that does it. I choose to support Bullard.
What a character.
Yeah, that stuffy mayor. I don't have to depend on him for a living. I'll depend on Bullard. He'll be elected anyway. Sure.
Miss Gildersleeve, I'm home.
Yo, all right, Bertie. I'll call the children and we'll have breakfast.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, you sure are a lucky man.
What's this, Betty?
Didn't I see the man just leaving here?
Well, yes.
You sure are lucky to be close to him. He's got it in the bag.
You? How can you tell?
I was talking to the early birds around the polls, and the early birds all seem to be voting for Matthew Williger. He's got it in the bag.
You bet, Bertie?
Yes, sir, you sure are lucky, because the early birds are voting for Matthew Williger. He's got it in the bag.
Please.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know why you're so lucky?
Bertie.
That's right, because all the early birds are voting for Matthew Williger. He's got it in the bag.
I wonder if those early birds could elect that worm. Bullard's got to be elected. All right, George, I'll smoke out some voters with these cigars. I'll start with Floyd. I may even leave a few cigars in his barber shop for the customers. Hello, Floyd.
Hi, Commish. Did you come in on election day to get clipped?
I just dropped in to leave you a few cigars.
Yeah? What's the catch?
No catch. Of course, the cigar does suggest you vote for somebody.
Vote for who? White Owl?
No, Floyd.
Well, an owl would make a better mayor than anybody that's running.
No, Floyd, Bullard is a fine man.
Oh, yeah? All he'll do when he gets in is feather his nest. Why not let an owl do it?
Floyd, please be serious for a minute.
Commish, you're wasting your breath. I ain't even voting this time.
Not voting? Why?
Well, Lovey and me don't see eye to eye in politics. We just cancel each other's vote. She finds out how I'm voting, and she votes the other way.
But, Floyd, she doesn't have to know how you're voting. We use the Australian secret ballot.
Commish, you don't know Lovey. I couldn't keep a secret from her if I was in Australia.
Floyd, you've got the wrong idea. Every citizen should vote. You're a very privileged person.
I am?
Absolutely. In a lot of countries, nobody can vote. If you don't exercise your right to vote, someday they may take it away from you.
They wouldn't dare. I'd take it to the Supreme Court.
Well, if we don't vote and protect our democratic way of life, someday there may not be a Supreme Court.
Are you kidding? It's getting bigger all the time.
All right, Floyd. But when people give up their voice in government, they're headed for slavery.
Say, I've been reading about that.
This is a free country, and every citizen should vote for the man of his choice.
Commish, you convinced me. I'm gonna vote.
Fine. Have a Bullard cigar.
I can't take it.
What?
I'm voting for Terwilliger.
But, Floyd...
Like you say, this is a free country.
Yofer.
Stop worrying, Commish. I'm only kidding. I'll go down and vote for Bullard.
You will?
Out of friendship for you. I know you wouldn't be stumping so hard for him if your job didn't depend on it.
You will.
And just to show what kind of a pal I am, I'll get another vote for you.
How, Floyd?
I'll tell my wife I'm voting for Terwilliger, then she'll vote for Bullard.
Floyd, you're true blue. Well, Gildersleeve, you're doing all right. You've already picked up 2 votes this morning. Now I'll see what I can do with Peavy. It's pretty hard to get him to take sides on anything. But he's true blue, too. He'll help me out. Good old Peavy. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I want to have a little talk with you, Peavy.
Very well. Do you mind if I go ahead with my work?
No, go right ahead. What are you doing?
I'm putting up a display of jack-o'-lanterns.
Jack-o'-lanterns? Peavy, Halloween is over?
I know that. This is a special on jack-o'-lanterns. You care to buy one, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, thanks, Peavy. What a time to sell Halloween stuff.
Well, I'm just trying to get my jack out of the old lanterns.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a little witticism, Mr. Gildersleeve. Jack, old lantern.
Yeah, I know, Peavy. He's in a good mood. Now I'll twist his arm. Peavy, you and I have a lot of fun together, don't we?
Well, yes.
We've been pretty good friends down through the years, haven't we?
Yes.
So if I ask you to vote for Bullard today, you will, won't you?
Well, no.
Peavy, you mean you're voting for Terwilliger?
I didn't say that.
Oh, then you are voting for Bullard.
I didn't say that either.
Oh, what an enigma.
How's that?
Nothing, Peavy. Here comes the judge. I'll bet he's voting for Bullard.
Good morning, gentlemen. Well, hello, Judge.
Hello, Horace.
Well, Gildy, are you on your way to the polls to stuff the ballot box with your big fat vote?
I haven't had a chance to vote yet, Judge. I'm too busy campaigning for Bullard.
Bullard? You're already in office. Don't you want to stay there?
You bet. That's why I'm pulling for Bullard.
He's doing a lot of pushing, too.
Judge, you'll vote for me and Bullard, won't you?
Well, I hadn't planned to. But, Gildy, old friend, if it means so much to you, I'll cast my vote for Rumson Bullard.
Great, Judge. You're true blue.
My.
Now, Peavy, how about you?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't consider Mr. Bullard a proper man for mayor.
Well, I hate to bring this up, but you're a little obligated to vote for Bullard. I bought his campaign cigars from you, Peavy. That sort of makes you for Bullard.
Have you smoked one of them?
No, but I'm giving them to all
Look,
my...
gentlemen, a parade. Bullard for mayor.
Say, that's the band we hired.
I wonder whose money they're spending.
Nice and loud. That should get a lot of votes. Except I don't think we have enough brass.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Peavy, come on, Judge. Let's join the parade.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment. It's fresh.
Fresh.
Really fresh.
Fresh.
Always fresh.
Fresh.
That's why it tastes so good. It's Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Year in and year out, millions of people buy Parquet margarine for one big reason. It tastes so good. It's delicious as a spread, a seasoning, a flavor shortening, because it adds its own delicious flavor to every food it's used with. Yes, Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good. And the reason it tastes so good is because it's always fresh. If you live where colored margarine is sold, look for yellow Parquet, that good-tasting, fresh-tasting margarine that comes already colored, ready to serve in the new Flavor Saver package. Each golden quarter pound is individually wrapped in Flavor Saver aluminum foil. Elsewhere, get Parquet in the Color Quick bag or regular package. In any package, Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good because it's fresh.
Fresh.
Really fresh.
Fresh.
Always fresh.
Fresh.
That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Well, let's get back to the Great Gildersleeve. It's high noon on Election Day, and the Water Commissioner is in high spirits.
Why, George, I picked up a lot of votes for our side. I think I'll call headquarters and let Bullard know how indispensable his water commissioner is.
Bullard for mayor, headquarters.
Yeah, Mr. Bullard, this is Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, your water commissioner. How are we doing?
From all reports, Gildersleeve, we've overtaken Terwilliger's early lead. It's a landslide for me.
It is? Well, good. We're in, huh?
We can't lose. In fact, I'm giving a big victory luncheon at the Crystal Room in the Summerfield Hotel. Can you join us in 10 minutes?
Yeah, I can join you in 10 seconds.
Gildersleeve, I'm glad you got here before the others arrived.
Well, Mr. Bullard, I move fast. I've covered a lot of territory for you this morning.
I know, Gildersleeve, and you'll be rewarded.
Thank you.
Come on in. I want you to see the spread I've ordered. Yeah.
Well, first time I've been in the Crystal Room. Nice crystal. You know, what a lot of food.
Oh, yes, and this is just the beginning. Take a look at that sterling silver platter of hors d'oeuvres.
Nice. Cheese, smoked oysters. What's this?
That's caviar, Gildersleeve.
Oh, Eating a little high on the hog, aren't we, Mr. Bullard?
You don't know how close you are to being right. Look in here.
Well, a whole roast pig eating an apple.
Yes, I had the pig flown in.
Flown in? You on the airline?
Oh, no, I chartered a plane.
Special plane for a pig? Isn't that a little expensive?
Not for a good pig.
Yes, but who's paying for all this?
Oh, I'll send the bill to the city treasurer after I'm mayor. It isn't important. It's only money.
It's only... Well, that's right.
I intend to make a number of changes when I'm in office, Gildersleeve. First of all, I'll buy a new city hall.
A new city hall? What's wrong with the old one?
It's so dirty. And cars, Gildersleeve. How many cars does the city own?
How many cars? Well, there's one.
One?
A Hupmobile sedan. The chief of police Gates has it. He locks the back doors and uses it for a patrol wagon.
Oh, how revolting. I'll buy a fleet of new cars. Small cars for the small city employees, large cars for the large employees. Like the water commissioner.
You say, that'll be fine. Yes, indeed. But what about the money?
Oh, Gildersleeve, stop harping about money. I hate to talk about money. It's dirty. If the Treasury runs short, I'll simply raise the taxes.
Raise taxes?
Naturally. Don't you agree?
Oh, yes. Sure. Of course.
Good. I'm going to see that you do very well, Gildersleeve. Very well.
Well, thank you.
Excuse me. I'll open the door for the others.
You're right, George. I'm doing all right. Mayor Terwilliger never treated me like this.
Gildersleeve, put that apple back in the pig's mouth. What are you doing with it?
Just polishing it. I ate so much I could hardly get back to the office. Before I go boat, I think I'll sit down a while and let the lunch settle. Yeah, there's plenty of time before the polls close. I've been solid with Bullard. He said I was going to do very well. I'll have a big car. Yeah, I'm sure Bullard is the man for the job. Still, he's getting pretty free with the voters' money. Flying pigs, new city hall, raising taxes. Well, it's not my worry. Or is it? I wonder what it'll be like when Bullard is mayor. Yes, Bertie.
What do you want for dinner tonight?
Well, how about a roast pig stuffed with caviar?
Yes, sir. One roast pig.
Yeah, on second thought, Bertie, make it 2 pigs. Mayor Bullard gave me another raise today.
Yes. Mr. Gildersleeve, where's Mayor Bullard getting all that money? You folks got an oil well down there at the city hall?
Well, we have a good tax collector.
Oh, then I'm the oil well.
What's this, Bertie?
I noticed my taxes have doubled.
Well, the city has a big payroll now, Bertie. The administration has to support a lot of supporters. Yeah, I mean people.
Yes.
Now, Bertie, don't worry. I'll give you another raise.
That won't do me no good. Every time I get a raise, the tax collector raises me back.
Bertie may have something there.
Hey, Unc.
Yeah, what is it, Leroy?
I just made 30 cents selling papers.
Well, good for you, my boy.
What's so good about it? Where's my pork barrel piggy bank?
The pork barrel? You're right over there by Mr. Bullard's picture.
Gosh, a little kid makes 30 cents selling papers and has to give 15 cents to the city.
Oh, yes. The children are paying taxes now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Strange, nobody thought of that before. Giving the kiddies pork barrel piggy banks to put their taxes in.
Yeah. What a dirty trick.
I'm sorry, Leroy, but Poor little kid. Poor little kid. Oh, doorbell.
It must be the tax collector that come every day now, just like the milkman.
No, it's Mr. Peavy. He's not a tax collector.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
What's this, Peavy?
Tax collecting is my new job. I lost my pharmacy, so I had to get on the city payroll.
Peavy, how did you lose your drugstore?
Mayor Bullard's civic improvement plan. He made me take it down.
Oh? What's he going to build?
A statue.
A statue?
Mayor Bullard wants to perpetuate the memory of our greatest civic leader,
Who's that?
Mayor Bullard.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder if he isn't going too far.
Unky, is that the tax collector?
Yes, Marjorie. It's Collector Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Peavy. Here's Bronco's weekly paycheck.
Very well. And here's your change. 50, 75, 85, 86, 87 cents.
Marjorie, is that all you get back?
Isn't it terrible, Unky? How will Bronco and I ever live on that? And we have the baby coming.
Baby coming, you say? Well, Mayor Bullard will be glad to hear that. He'll want to send the youngster a pork barrel piggy bank.
Yeah, that Bullard. I don't think he's giving the taxpayers a fair shake.
He's giving us a shake, all right. A shake down.
Judge Hooker, what are you doing here?
I want to tell you a few things, Gildy. You talked me into voting for Bullard. You're to blame.
Yeah, you're to blame.
Floyd, you here too?
You talked me and my wife into voting for Bullard. You're to blame.
Yeah, but fellows.
I can't make payments on my car, Gildy. You're to blame.
You judge.
I can't pay the rent. You're to blame.
You, Floyd.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I can't buy shoes. You're to blame.
Yeah, but Bert.
I can't keep a nickel. You're to blame.
But you...
We can't support a baby. You're to blame.
Please, wait a minute.
You're to blame. You're to blame. You're to blame.
You're to blame. You're to blame. You're to blame.
What happened? Oh, I tipped over in my chair. Must have fallen asleep. What an awful dream. Well, I'm not asleep any longer about that Bullard. Now I see what kind of a mayor he'd make. And if he's elected, I'll be to blame. I've got to run out and tell all my friends not to vote for him. Wait a minute. I slept longer than I thought. The polls close in 5 minutes. They've already voted. Oh, Gildersleeve, you've bungled this. Well, there's only one thing to do. I'm going to make my one vote count. Nice of you to come down with me this morning, Leroy. Help me clean out my desk.
Oh, it's nothing, Unc. Gosh, look at all the papers. You must have been a very important man.
Yeah, I must have been.
The election was plenty close. Terwilliger just made it.
Yeah?
Gosh, maybe if just one guy had switched his vote to Bullard, you might still be in office.
Leroy.
Yeah, Unc?
When you're old enough to vote, always vote for the best man.
I will. Unc, who do you think was the best man this time?
Mayor Terwilliger, Leroy.
Yeah? Then that's who you voted for. Maybe it was your vote that... Gee.
Here, my boy. Take these papers out and burn them.
Okay. You want me to burn these old Bullard for mayor cigars?
No, I better save them. When Marjorie's baby comes, I may not be able to afford any. I can change the band to It's a Boy.
Yeah. If you voted for Mayor Terwilliger, why don't you tell him?
You'd never believe it, Leroy.
No, I guess he wouldn't.
Well, I lost my job, but by George, I can hold my head up. Cleaning out my desk isn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Well, good morning, Gildersleeve.
Oh, good morning, Mayor Terwilliger.
Cleaning out your desk, I see.
Well, that's what you told me to do.
Well, Gildersleeve, I won the election. Aren't you going to congratulate me? Offer me one of your Bullard for mayor cigars?
Oh, yes. Have one. Take two.
Well, thank you, Gildersleeve. Good cigar.
Glad you like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gildersleeve! It exploded!
Oh, my goodness.
Gildersleeve, how dare you give me a loaded cigar?
Loaded. But, Mr. Mayor, it was just like the rest of them.
You mean all those Bullet for Mayor cigars were loaded?
Well,
Oh, now I'm beginning to understand. Gildersleeve, why didn't you tell me what you were up to?
What did I tell you what I was up to?
Passing out loaded cigars with my opponent's name on them. Why, that's the most sensational campaign idea I've ever heard. Gildersleeve, put that stuff back in your desk. You're still my water commissioner.
I am? Well, thank you, Your Honor. Good old Peavy. He knew Bullard shouldn't be mayor, so he sold me loaded cigars.
What are you mumbling about, Gildersleeve?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor. May I take the other loaded cigar?
You're not going to smoke it?
No. I thought I'd give it to Mr. Bullard. He'll get a bang out of it.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve again in just a moment. Fresh-tasting margarine is the best-tasting margarine. So when you shop, get Parquet, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Where colored margarine is sold, get yellow Parquet, already colored and ready to serve in its wonderful new Flavor Saver aluminum foil wrap. Elsewhere, get the handy Color Quick bag or regular package. Parquet, remember, is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. That's Parkay. Parquet margarine made by Kraft.
It's been a fine day. Good old Terwilliger back in office, and I'm back in water. Here comes Bullard. What'll I say to him? Hello, Bullard.
Hello, Gildersleeve.
Nice day.
It is?
No need to be angry, Bullard. About the election, I mean.
I'm not angry.
Good.
However, there is one thing I should like to say, Gildersleeve.
Oh?
You are a nincompoop.
What?
And a bone-headed jackass. And if I were mayor, I'd not only throw you out of the water department, I'd run you out of town!
You see what nearly happened to me, folks? Don't let it happen to you. Go to the polls and vote. Good night, Bullard. Bum sport. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Stan Farrar, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Want to taste something good? Well, next time you make a cold meat sandwich, don't forget to add a little Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Every bite tastes better. Now you can get two kinds of Kraft mustard. Salad mustard, delicately spiced for those who prefer a milder flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Get both kinds. Then with every meat dish, hot or cold, just add a little mustard, and you'll add a lot of tang. Kraft's prepared mustard.
For a half hour of spine-tingling excitement, listen to The Falcon on this station next Sunday afternoon. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and hear the Falcon solve the case of the rich racketeer.
This is the Great Gildersleeve. On your marks for Groucho on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each Wednesday by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, you know, are the makers of the wonderful new Kraft Deluxe Slices, that extra mellow-tasting pasteurized processed cheese in perfect slices. I wonder if you've seen them in your grocer's dairy case. Those neat, really neat square packages of Kraft Deluxe Slices. They're so neat you'd never guess every one holds 8 big slices of extra delicious processed cheese. 8 perfect slices, no slivers or broken pieces, that are cut, wrapped, and sealed for you by Kraft. So look for them when you shop, the 5 delicious kinds of Kraft Deluxe Slices. Well, it's a brisk fall morning in Summerfield. The maples are turning red and gold, and there's a fine lift in the air. Makes a man feel like being up and doing. The great Gildersleeve is up. And what's he doing? Well, he's coming out to get the morning paper.
Say, what a day. Sunshine, blue sky. Why, George, on a day like this, a man can't go wrong.
Good morning, Gilda.
What? Oh, Judge Hooker. Out pretty early, aren't you, Horace?
Yes, I'm taking a walk. Getting some ozone in my T-zone.
That's very good, Judge.
How do you like my autumn necktie, Gilda?
Oh, brother, a purple tie. What's that on it, Judge? A green duck?
That's a chartreuse goose.
Oh, my goodness. What a combination. An old goat with a chartreuse goose.
Gilda.
Hi, Judge Hooker.
Good morning, Leroy.
Look at the new football Unc bought me. Keen, huh?
Oh, that's a crackerjack.
Yeah. Unc got it for me.
Yeah, what a fine little boy.
We're going to work out some tricky plays and stuff, aren't we, Unc?
Sure.
My, how nice it is to see you and little Leroy growing closer together. Doing things together.
Unc can do anything. Better than anybody.
Oh, isn't that just like a boy, Judge?
He's setting a high standard for you to live up to, Gilda. You should be very proud.
Why, am? Yes, sir.
Well, I have to be going. Good day, Gilda. Bye, Leroy.
Goodbye, Judge. Fine old friend.
So long, Judge. Okay, come on, Unc. Let's run a couple of plays.
Well, I'm not exactly dressed for football, my boy.
Oh, come on, Unc. I'll bet you were a swell football player when you were in school.
Well, I was pretty tricky. Nimble, too.
I wish I could have seen you.
Yeah, I used to run interference, clearing a path for the man with the ball.
A path? You could clear a road.
You bet. You know this player, Choo Choo Justice?
Yeah?
Well, they used to call me Honk Honk Gildersleeve.
Gee, and you're my uncle.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, Leroy. You better take the ball and find some of your little friends.
Throw me just one pass, Unc. Just one.
Well, all right. You run across the lawn and I'll throw it to you.
Hello, Gildersleeve.
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Bullard.
Playing football, are you?
No. Just tossing the ball around.
Mr. Bullard, Uncle Mort used to be a famous football player.
Really?
Now, wait.
Sure. He was the captain of the team. Weren't you, Unc?
Leroy, I didn't say that.
Oh, this is very interesting. I played football, you know.
Oh?
Harvard. At what college did you play, Gildersleeve?
College? Gildersleeve, you better get out of this.
What was your position on the team, Gildersleeve?
Your position? Well...
Unc could play any position, couldn't you, Unc?
Now, Leroy...
I didn't know you were active in sports, Gildersleeve.
Oh, I'm not.
He is, too. He was the trickiest player on the team. Show him, Honk Honk. Show him how you used to tear up the opposition.
Yeah, let's try it, Gildersleeve, just for fun.
Now, wait.
I'll be the opposing team, and you carry the ball. I'll try to stop you.
Gee, this is going to be keen. He'll never lay a hand on you, Unc.
Oh, my goodness.
Signal, 24, 77, 46. Height!
Run, Unc.
Yeah. Look out, Bullard.
End of the line, Gildersleeve. Down you go. I'd say you lost about 5 yards on that play, Gildersleeve.
I lost more than that.
Gee, Unc, what happened?
How should I know? That Bullard. What a sneaky thing to do. flattened me right in front of Leroy. And after I'd told the boy I was such a hot football player. I only told him that to make him happy. Honk, honk, Gildersleeve. You ought to have your head examined.
Good heavens, Uncle Mort, what happened? Why, look at your suit.
Was that Marjorie? Oh, yes. Grass stains. Well, I was playing with Leroy. Must have slipped.
Miss Gildersleeve, what was going on out there in the front yard? First I seen you running, then you disappeared. Did you fall in a hole?
It was nothing, Bertie. We were just playing a little game.
I never seen nothing like that. What you call that game?
Drop the water commissioner.
What's that?
Nothing, Bertie.
Yes. First he was there, and then he wasn't. He fell in a hole.
Look at Leroy. Still out there in front talking to Bullard.
What are you looking at, Unky?
That Bullard. Standing in our grass. How can it grow with his big feet on it?
Oh, Uncle Mort, what happened between you and Mr. Bullard?
Nothing new. Just that I get pretty tired of him coming over here showing off in front of Leroy. I should tell him to get off the property.
Oh, Unky.
Hey, Unc!
Yeah, I'm in the living room, Leroy.
How do you feel, Unc? Anything busted?
No, nothing is busted. Nothing that shows at any rate.
Gee, Unc, what happened?
Leroy, stop asking me what happened.
Well, what did?
Nothing. Simply because I slipped in the wet grass and that Bullard jumped on me.
I've been talking to him, Unc. Gee, he's pretty good at a lot of stuff.
Leroy, simply because the grass was wet.
Okay, so he's better than you at football. There's other things you can do better than he can. Isn't there?
Certainly there are. Plenty of things.
Think you could beat him playing golf? He says he only shoots 70.
Well, I'd have to spend some money to beat him at that. I only have one club.
Gee, maybe tennis, Unc. He says he only plays that 3 times a week.
What happened to my tennis racket? Oh, yes. Bertie used it the night the bat got in the house.
Well, I know you're better than Mr. Bullard at something. There has to be something. Hiking, maybe?
Hiking? Say, that's a thought. Bullard doesn't even walk down to the drugstore.
Hiking is a sport, isn't it?
Certainly it is.
Go challenge him, Monk.
Leroy, you can't challenge a man to a hike. Let's not be silly about this thing.
Well, we gotta win at something.
Poor little fellow. All right, my boy. As soon as I change my clothes, I'll stop over and see Mr. Bullard.
Atta boy, Unc.
Kind of a sneaky trick, asking Bullard to go for a hike. After all, I walk to the office almost every morning. Yeah, I don't think Bullard walks from the living room to the dining room. I'll bet he has bus service. Well, it serves him right. He knocked my legs out from under me. I'll walk his legs off of him.
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bullard. I just stopped by to say, no hard feelings.
Well, that's nice of you. But if there are no hard feelings, why are you smiling?
Well, I'm smiling because it's a nice day.
Oh.
In fact, I was about to suggest that you and I take a little hike together tomorrow morning.
Hike?
Yeah. That means to go someplace. Walking.
You want me to go for a hike?
Yeah, it might be a lot of sport. Good exercise.
Very well. We'll go tomorrow morning.
Oh, fine. Bright and early?
If you like. Shall we go out to Old Stoneface?
Stoneface?
Well, I've never been there, but it sounds interesting.
It certainly does, Stoneface. Here, Mr. Bullard. See you in the morning. At the crack of dawn.
Fine. Thank you for asking me.
Oh, that's all right. See you in the morning.
Goodbye.
See you in the morning. Why, Georgie fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's a dirty trick, but he's got it coming to him. Besides, when he pulls up beside the road in the morning, a car can come out and get him. Say, I'm going down to the barber shop. I don't need a shave, but Floyd will get a kick out of hearing about this. Yeah, I can hear him laughing now. Yeah, I knew you'd get a laugh out of it, Floyd.
Hey, you inviting Bullard to go hiking. That's the funniest thing I ever heard.
It's the funniest thing I ever heard, too.
And you're going out to Old Stoneface, huh?
Yeah, whatever that is. Someplace Bullard's heard about. He probably has no idea what it is or how to get there.
Oh, he knows what it is. It's a hunk of rock. Goes way up in the air. In fact, I told him about it.
You told him?
Commish, I got news for you.
Oh?
Does high places bother you?
High places?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it when you lift the barber chair up.
Have you ever wanted to crawl out on the ledge of a 5-story building?
Floyd, what are you getting at?
Get a grip on yourself, Commish. Bullard spent 2 years in Switzerland. He's a mountain climber.
He's a mountain climber?
Sure, he goes out looking for cliffs. He crawls up them, holding on by his toenails.
What?
It's his hobby, Commish. If you and him are going hiking, you ain't just going to Old Stoneface. You're going up it.
Oh, my goodness. Gildersleeve, you've done it now. This time you've gone too far.
The Great Gildersleeve returns in just a moment. Say, friends, have you tasted the wonderful new Kraft Deluxe slices? Every package of Kraft Deluxe slices holds 8 of the most perfect slices of the mellowest, most delicious pasteurized processed cheese you've ever eaten. You see, Kraft Deluxe slices are different. They're not cut from a loaf. Instead, an amazing new Kraft invention forms these perfect slices in a way that captures all the fine, deep-down, mellow flavor in every slice. Then, right away, the slices are wrapped, 8 to a package, and sealed by Kraft. That way, these fine slices stay perfect and protected all the way to your kitchen. And you won't find a sliver or a broken piece in the package. That way, you can be sure all 8 big slices are perfectly easy to separate, too. Why, you can peel these slices apart easier than you'd peel a banana. So get Kraft Deluxe slices tomorrow. Get several packages so you'll have some on hand always for wonderfully quick and easy snacks and sandwiches. Remember to look for them in your grocer's dairy case when you shop. Kraft Deluxe slices. This morning, the great Gildersleeve set out to prove to his little nephew Leroy that he was a better man than Rumson Bullard. And it's turning out to be quite a job.
That Bullard, football player, tennis expert, golf champion. I was sure I could walk farther than he could. Now he's a mountain climber. Gildersleeve, you just keep your big mouth shut. Well, after this, I will. Yeah, you say that, but you won't. Anyway, it's too late now. You've done it, insisting that Bullard go hiking with you. Oh, brother, I can see myself going up Old Stoneface like a bug on a wall. I don't dare tell the little family. Say, maybe I should. They'll put their foot down. They won't let me take a risk like that. Sure, why didn't I think of that before? Oh, Gildersleeve, you're shrewd. Hello, anybody home?
Hello, Unky. Hi, Unc. Judge Hooker and I are going out in the morning looking for nuts.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going hiking with Mr. Bullard in the morning.
Judge Hooker's a keen old guy.
Leroy, I said I was going hiking with Mr. Bullard in the morning. Aren't you even interested?
Well, sure, but I can't go with you, Unc. I promised Judge Hooker.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I know you and Mr. Bullard will have a good time, Unky.
Yes, but Marjorie, wait. It's going to be pretty risky. We're going up a cliff. Straight up. Bullard is a mountain climber from Switzerland.
Hey, that's keen, Unc.
Keen?
Yeah, maybe he'll teach you to yodel.
Oh, Children, I'm telling you about it because I want you to know. This is going to be dangerous. When you go up a mountain, you don't always come down.
Ah, you'll come down.
Yes, but...
Oh, I'm not worried about Mr. Bullard, Unky.
Neither am I. But what about me?
What's the matter? Don't you want to go, Unc?
Well, certainly I want to go, but...
Unky, do you want us to tell you not to go?
No. Of course not. It's just that...
Well, then if you want to go, you go.
Oh, what a stubborn family.
Gildersleeve? What can I do for you this evening?
Just give me a Coke, Petey. Double strength.
Very well. Everybody all right at home, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, fine.
Marjorie and Bronco are happy about the baby coming, I presume.
Yeah, happy.
The Coke will be 10 cents.
10 cents?
When I furnish the conversation, it's 5 cents extra.
You're all right, Petey.
Oh, it isn't really 5 cents extra. I say that sometimes. It amuses people.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Bullard was in a while ago. Says he and another fellow are going to out and climb old Stoneface tomorrow.
Oh? What else did he say, Petey?
He was telling me all about mountain climbing. The things those fellows do.
What do they do, Petey?
Well, it seems they carry a kind of a pickaxe.
Yes?
And when they're 500 feet in the air, they'll reach up and stick the point of that pick in an overhanging rock.
Yeah, and then what?
Then they climb up the handle.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh, he says there's no danger. Unless the handle comes loose.
Period.
Of course, as Mr. Bullard says, there's one nice thing about going mountain climbing.
Oh?
If you make one slip, you don't have to worry about walking home.
That doesn't. I'm not going.
How's that?
Nothing, Petey.
I thought you said you weren't going.
Well, I'm not.
Well, what are you getting off the stool for?
I'm going.
I thought you said you weren't.
Well, I'm not. Peavy, you're all mixed up.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Climbing up pick handles 500 feet in the air. That's going too far. I'm simply going to tell Bullard it's all off. He can swing by pick handles if he wants to. He isn't going to liquidate this water commissioner. Ooh, there's Bullard and Leroy in front of the house. Well, I'll just tell him I can't make it, that's all.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Good evening, Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bullard.
Mr. Bullard's been telling me about mountain climbing. Gee, you sure got nerve, Unc.
Well, the fact of the matter is, Bullard.
I came over to see if you had a stout rope, Gildersleeve.
Stout rope?
Yes. When we go up Old Stoneface, we'll tie one end around your waist and the other around mine, just in case one of us should slip.
Yes. Well, Bullard.
We'll need it, too, in ascending the nose of Old Stoneface. It's the face of an Indian, I understand, has a large nose.
Oh?
Yeah. We'll throw the rope from below, anchor it to the tip of the nose, and then swing out from the upper lip.
Boy! Just like those guys that hang from an airplane.
You Wolfer. You Bullard. I want to.
Hey, it's starting to rain.
Rain? Oh, no, we can't go in the rain.
We can't? I mean, we can't? Oh, what a shame.
What rotten luck.
Yes, isn't it? And I was looking forward to going. Wouldn't have missed this climbing trip for anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gildersleeve.
Well, that's life, Bullard. We have to take the bitter with the sweet. Too bad.
Anybody get wet?
You watch this, Bertie?
I was starting the hose out in the backyard and the nozzle got away from me. It got clean over the house.
Oh, my goodness.
And we thought it was rain.
Gildersleeve, we can go after all. Aren't you delighted?
I'm delirious.
Fine morning for climbing, Gildersleeve.
Yeah, fine. Bullard, we aren't going up that cliff, are we?
Well, of course. That's the first step in our climb. This is Old Stoneface, and that's the lower lip.
But what are we going to hold on to on the face? No wrinkles.
Well, that's the exciting part of it. We'll make our own toe holes. Up we go, Gildersleeve.
Bullard, watch it. Stop pushing.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. There's nothing with which to brace ourselves.
Yeah, I can brace myself on my own goosebumps.
Steady, Gildersleeve. Don't look down.
Why look down? There's nothing there.
Well, we've reached the Indian's upper lip. A lot of brush in here.
Yeah, mustache.
Quite a climb, eh, Gildersleeve?
Yes, it certainly has been. Well, let's go home.
Home? This is only the beginning. Now I'll throw the rope up to the end of the nose.
But Bullard.
There we are. Now, up we go, Gildersleeve.
What if the rope comes loose at the top?
Well, let's not dwell on that. Let's think happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. Hundreds of feet in the air, climbing over a stone Indian's nose. It'd be just my luck if he sneezed.
Hold on to the rope, Gildersleeve. This is where we start up the forehead.
Bullard, this is awful high.
Yes, it is. Lifts your spirits, doesn't it? Makes you wish you were a bird.
Makes me wish I was a gopher. I'd dig a hole clear back to Summerfield.
Courage, Gildersleeve. This is liable to be just a little risky.
Just a little, he says.
Now we'll have to go up over this eyebrow here.
An intelligent water commissioner. Hanging onto an eyebrow. Dangling in space.
Ooh, careful, Gildersleeve. One slip here and neither of us will have to walk home.
We're almost to the top. The things I do for Leroy. If I ever get out of this, I'll never set foot out of the house again. I'll spend the rest of my life in bed. A low bed.
Gildersleeve, what are you muttering about?
Nothing. Bullard, we're just about to the top. Let's sit a minute on this ledge. Yeah, sure. Here's a nice little circular pile of twigs. Nice cushion.
Gildersleeve, there's a large bird overhead. He's glaring at you.
Hey, big bird. Tough looking, too.
He's diving down, Gildersleeve. Look out!
Get away! Shoot! Get out! Cut that out!
Gildersleeve, get up!
What's the matter?
You're sitting on his nest.
Oh, my goodness. There goes the rope. Hey, Bullard, grab the rope. And the pick. Oh, brother. Everything gone.
Nice work, Gildersleeve. Nice work.
Well, thanks. Huh?
The rope is gone. The pick is gone. Gildersleeve, barring the possibility that you are carrying a helicopter in your pocket, we are here to stay.
But, Bullard, it's only a few feet to the top.
Yes, that's true. We could make it easily if we were meadowlarks.
Well, somebody will see us. We'll call for help.
Yes. The butterflies will hear us.
You mean we could sit here from now on?
We could. As I see it, this is probably one of the most inaccessible spots in the entire county. And all because you had to drop the rope. Gildersleeve, you are a nincompoop.
No, wait. At a time like this, let's not argue.
No, let's not. I forgive you, Gildersleeve. I forgive you everything you have ever done to me.
Now, don't lose your head, Bullard. Be calm.
I'm calm.
Me too.
Old friend.
You old pal.
You're brave.
You too?
Friends to the end, Gildersleeve.
You bet. What was that? You sounded like Leroy. It is Leroy. Leroy, where are you?
We're up here, Gilda.
It's Judge Hooker.
We're right above you.
Judge, you're a lifesaver. How'd you ever get way up here?
Well, there's a road up here, Gilda. And a nice drinking fountain. Leroy and I stopped to see if you'd make it.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, we could have driven to the top of this darn thing.
What are you doing down there, Gilda?
We're playing canasta. Hand something down so we can climb up.
Throw down a rope, Judge.
We haven't got a rope.
Well, hand something down.
Here you are, gentlemen. Take hold of this stick.
Oh, Gad, you beautiful stick, you.
Yeah, I've got it. Hold on, Judge.
Gildersleeve, stop grabbing.
Well, quit your shoving. You're shoving.
on down there?
Hold it, Judge. I'm coming up. Come on, Bullard. Hold on to my coattail. Yeah.
Gee, Unc, you made it.
You bet. I got to the top first, too.
I'm proud of you, Unc.
Thank you, my boy.
I think you accomplished a remarkable feat, Gilda. And the grandest thing of all is that you and Mr. Bullard, in this heroic struggle on the treacherous slope, have at last found each other as true friends.
Gildersleeve.
Yes?
You stepped on my head.
I did? Well, it's been a good day after all.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Mothers, you'll give your family a real treat if you serve Kraft Deluxe slices, those big, perfect slices of fine pasteurized processed cheese that are cut, wrapped, and sealed by Kraft. You know, Kraft Deluxe slices come in 5 favorite kinds. Everyone at your house can enjoy his favorite, whether it's delicious Kraft American with scarlet pimentos added, nut sweet Kraft Swiss, Kraft Brick with that deep down rich taste, or sharp, tantalizing Old English brand. So get several kinds for quick, easy-to-fix snacks and sandwiches, ready whenever you want them. Tomorrow when you shop, look in your grocer's dairy case for the 5 delicious kinds of convenient Kraft Deluxe slices.
Kidding. Did you and Mr. Bullard really climb all the way up Old Stone Face?
We certainly did. Clear from the bottom.
I can't believe it.
Miss Gildersleeve, you seen the morning paper?
No, I haven't, Bertie.
Look here. There was a photographer out there yesterday, and he got a picture of you and Mr. Bullard going up that cliff.
You did? Well, let's see that.
Well, there's Old Stone Face, but I don't see you and Mr. Bullard.
You were there. See those 2 dots on the end of the Indian's nose? I'm the one on the left.
Oh, brother. You did that just for me?
Yeah, just for you, my boy.
Gee. Hey, Unc, Mr. Bullard's out in front. Shall we get the football and run a couple of plays?
No, thanks. I'm very busy. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of a famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Here's a secret for making dull meals interesting. Add Kraft prepared mustard to any meat dish, hot or cold, and see the difference. Hidden flavors pop right out because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, delicately spiced for those who prefer a milder flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand. For remember, with any meat dish, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft prepared mustard.
For a half hour of spine-tingling excitement, listen to The Falcon next Sunday afternoon over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and be sure to hear The Falcon solve the case of the widow's gorilla.
You Bet Your Life, it's Groucho Marx next on NBC.